Hi, let's discuss example 2 for constructing SLR automata plus SLR parsing table. I already discussed same example for LR0 grammar and I found this grammar is not LR0 as there was shift reduce conflict. Let's check this same grammar which is not LR0, SLR1 or not. First step, we need to write augmented grammar. We'll add the augmented production that E dash derive E. Then we'll add the grammar that E derive E plus T or T derive T multiplication F or F derive ID. Now augmented grammar is done. Next step, we'll create the SLR automata. It is same as LR automata. The initial state will contain the augmented production with a dot at start. Now dot symbol is before E, so we'll add the closure of it, we'll add all the E production, that E derive dot E plus T, E derive dot T. Now dot symbol is before T, so need to add all the T production, T derive dot T multiplication F, T derive dot F. Again there is a dot before F, so need to add F production, F derive dot ID. Now just check before which variable or terminal dot symbol is given, before E dot is given, before T dot is given, before F, before ID. So there will be 4 transition, one with E, one with T, one with F, one with ID. First do E transition and we'll assign one state name I0. Now from I0 by E, it will go to another state where production will be E dash derive E dot and E derive E dot plus T. And we'll assign one state name I1. Next, from state I0 by T, it will go to another state where production will be E derive T dot, T derive T dot multiplication F, and will assign one state name I2. It was not LR0 due to this state as there is a shift plus there is a reduction. This is a reduction plus there is a shift. There was SR conflict. Let's see in SLR1 there is shift reduce conflict or not. Next, from I0 by F, it will go to another state where production will be T derive F dot. Then by ID, it will go to another state where production will be F derive ID dot and will assign state name I4. I3 and I4, there is no chances of conflict as there is just one production. Now we did all the transition for I0 state. Next check I1 state. In I1 there is a dot before plus. So from I1 state by plus it will go to another state where production will be E derive E plus dot T. The dot symbol is before T, so we need to add closure of this. So we'll add all the T production with a dot at the start. T derive dot T multiplication F, T derive dot F. Again there is a dot before F, so we need to write F production, F derive dot ID. And we'll assign one state name I5 as last state name was I4. Now did all the transition for I1, next check for I2. From I2 by multiplication, it will go to another state where production will be T derive T multiplication dot F. Here dot was before multiplication, now dot is after multiplication. And there is a dot before variable F, so add the F production, F derive dot ID. And we'll assign one state name I6. Now I2 is done. Next check I3. I3 is a reduction. There will be no transition. Next check for I4. I4 is a reduction. There will be no transition. Next check for I5. In I5 step there is dot before T, before F, before ID. So there will be 3 transition. By T it will go to another state where production will be E derive E plus T dot and T derive T dot multiplication F. There is a reduction plus there is a shift. So this state contain SR conflict and will assign one state name I7. Next from I5 by F it will go to another state where production will be T derive F dot. If you will see there is already one state I3 that contain the same production. So from I5 by F it will go to I3. Then by id it will go to I4 as I4 contain f derive id dot. Now we did all the transition for I5. Let's check for I6. There is a dot before f and id, so there will be two transition. By f it will go to another state where production will be t derive t multiplication f dot, and by id it will go to I4 state. Next we'll do for I7 state. There is a dot before multiplication, so by multiplication it will go to another state where production will be t derive t multiplication dot f. This dot symbol is before f, so to add f production, f derive dot id. If you will see, there is already one state containing the same production, that is I6. So from I7 by multiplication it will go to I6. Next I8, this is a reduction, so there will be no transition. There are two type of conflict. One is SR conflict, another is RR conflict. In both conflict, reduce is there. Just you need to check if one state contain reduction plus there is a shift or reduce. I0, no reduction, no chances of conflict. I1, no reduction. This is acceptance, not reduction. There is a reduction plus there is a shift, so there is a chances of conflict. Then I3, just one production, so no chances of conflict. I4, one production, no chance of conflict. I5, no reduction. I6, no reduction. I7, there is a reduction plus there is a shift. I8, one production, so no chances of conflict. Only I2 state and I7 state there is a chances of conflict. It was shift reduce conflict in LR0 grammar. Let's see in SLR grammar there is conflict or not. For doing SLR parsing table, first we need to find fall of LHS side variable. So what will be fall of E? Fall of E will be plus, it is the start symbol, so it will be dollar. Then fall of T will be multiplication, and fall of T will be fall of E. Fall of E is plus dollar, so it will be plus multiplication and dollar. Next fall of F will be fall of T. Fall of T is dollar multiplication plus. Let's create the SLR parsing table. There will be two part. One will be action, another will be go to. Action will contain all the terminal ID plus multiplication and dollar. Go to will contain all the variable E, T, F. And in first column we'll write all the states starting from 0 to 8. Now we'll do one by one row. From I0 state by ID it is going to I4. Just write down S4 in ID column. Then by E it is going to I1. Write 1 in E column. By T it is going to I2. Write 2 in T column. By F it is going to I3. Write 3 in F column. This row is same as LR0 parsing table. Next check for I1. I1 there is a accept, just write down accept in dollar column. Then there is a shift, by plus it is going to I5. Write down S5 in plus column. Next check for I2. I2 there is a reduction. Let me assign some reduction number. This will be R1, this will be R2, R3, R4 and this will be R5. So E derive T dot, that will be R2. In I2 state there is also a shift. By multiplication it is going to I6 state. Just write down S6 in multiplication column. Then we'll write R2 in dollar column and in plus column. In LR0 parsing table there was a shift reduce conflict, as we are writing R2 in all column of action part, but here we are writing R2 in plus column and dollar column, so there is no SR conflict. In LR0 there is SR conflict, but in SLR there is no SR conflict. Next we will do for I3 state. I3, that is a reduction T derive F dot. This is reduction number 4, where we will write R4 in fall of T. Fall of T is dollar multiplication and plus. We'll write R4 in plus column, multiplication column and dollar column. Next is I4, that is reduction number 5. We'll write R5 in fall of F. Fall of F is dollar multiplication and plus. We'll write R5 in plus column, multiplication column and dollar column. Next, check for I5 state. From I5 by ID, it is going to I4. Just write down S4 in ID column. Then by T, it is going to I7. Write 7 in T column. By F, it is going to I3. Write 3 in F column. Next, check for I6. From I6 by ID, it is going to I4 state. Write down S4 in ID column. Then by F, it is going to I8 state. Write 8 in F column. Next, check for I7. In I7, there is a reduction plus there is a shift. This is reduction number 1, where we'll write R1 in fall of E. What is fall of E? Dollar and plus. We'll write R1 in 7th row plus column plus in dollar column. Then by multiplication, it is going to I6. We'll write S6 in multiplication column. In LR0 parsing, there was a SR conflict, but in SLR parsing table, there is no conflict. Next, check for I8. I8, this is a reduction. It is reduction number 3. Where we'll write R3 in fall of T. Fall of T is dollar, multiplication and plus. We'll write R3 in plus column, multiplication column and in dollar column. We found that this grammar is SLR1 grammar. There is no conflict. In SLR1 parsing table, the second row, third row, fourth row, seventh row and eighth row is different from LR0 parsing table. Wherever reduction is there, that is different from LR0 parsing table. In LR0 parsing table, there was multiple entry, there was SR conflict. So the grammar is not LR0, but the grammar is SLR1 as there is no conflict. There is no multiple entry, so the grammar is SLR1. Let's check the grammar is LL1 or not. For LL1, grammar should be free from ambiguity, free from left recursion and free from common prefixes. If you see, this is a left recursion. Left recursion is present, so the grammar is not LL1. First of E will be ID, first of T will also be ID. So in that way also you can say the grammar is not LL1. And the grammar is not LR0 as SR conflict is present, but the grammar is SLR1. In next lecture, I will discuss conflicts and how you can identify one grammar is SLR1 or not without constructing the parsing table. Just from the state, how you can identify one grammar is SLR1 or not. If this lecture is helpful for you, please like and subscribe. Thank you.